your own traits. And this is why we all need to start having this conversation, is to be able to really, yes, respect our own values and what we stand for as individuals, but also start to be open enough to consider the fact that just because someone is different, it doesn't mean that they are not as important or as valued, or their opinion is not as important. It means that we start to embrace difference of perspectives, because I think we've somehow gone very far away from being able to look at different opinions and knowledge and behaviors if they are vastly different or even slightly different sometimes to our own. So let's talk about the legal side of this. And I do have my other screen, which I'm actually just going to refer to because, you know, I'm a coach, I'm a trainer, I'm not a lawyer. So I'm going to go through a brief overview, but I really encourage you, if you are a business owner, whatever role that you're in, if you are the one that is responsible, I really encourage you to look into the legal side and get guidance from a lawyer, professional within this space, because it is not just a nice to have. So we've got different frameworks. Now, one is the Work Health and Safety Managing Psychosocial Hazards at Work Code of Practice 2024. And this provides practical guidance for businesses to meet their legal duty under the Work Health and Safety Act and regulations. So that is just one, but there's a number of other frameworks which I just want to go through with you, all right? And again, you can Google this even for starter, but then really reach out and speak to the people that are qualified in this space. And that is one thing that I can't, stress enough, is it's great to obviously form, opinions and research and all that side of things. But sometimes if they're not backed with evidence and fact, you could be wrong. And it's also okay to sometimes admit when you've been wrong. I think that's another challenge that we have in this world. No one likes to actually hold their hands up and own. So let's look at some other ones here. So other key legal frameworks and duties within Australia. So different countries, if you're watching from anywhere else, look into your own regional, national location. So you've also got the Work Health and Safety Act 2011, which requires businesses to ensure as far as reasonably practical the health and safety of workers, including psychological health, by managing psychosocial hazards. You've got Code of Practices and the Work Health and Safety Regulations, so specific ones that detail how to manage the psychosocial risks. So this is to really, I encourage you to get context around this, to do your own research, to find out, do an assessment on your own company, your own practices currently, and what needs to be put into place based on the legal requirements. But I also want to encourage you to do it, yes, because it's law, but also because it's the right thing to do, because we need more organizations that are ethical and with strong values, and that you put these practices in place because you value your people, because they come first, and because it is the ethical right thing to do. So there's three main areas that I want to go through with you based on what we've actually spoken about here. We're going to start off with psychosocial and then flow into the psychological. So the organization and its systems, that's the psychosocial. So key elements is looking at role clarity and expectations. Have you gone through and actually really removed all ambiguity, any hidden rules, any assumptions and expectations? Because when we speak about neurodivergent individuals, we need specifics. And then if you're being asked questions to clarify more, again, it's not a threat. It is not a challenge of authority. It is a request for more information. If you haven't been clear enough, you will get questions. So this also very much goes into that assumption of wanting people to do their role, and then thinking if they don't do more than what's specified in their job description, that they're not going above and beyond. However, you need to be really specific, as in, this is your role duties, what we just expect as this is what you're here to do, but also this is what above and beyond looks like. So you actually really describe both.